Welcome to Uncensored Conservatism, episode 128. Today, we're going to go around the United States in less than 12 minutes. Won't hit every country, every state. So here we go. And let's start here in Alabama with an absolutely weird story about the presumed death of Caleb Collins. His mother was charged with murder and other charges, although the body has yet to be found. The mother was with her apparently divorced husband, suffered a car accident when their 2-year-old unrestrained child was killed along with her ex. Apparently, the ex abused the kid and she never reported it, as there were messages and pictures of the abuse on her phone. Caleb is 1 year old and missing now. There's just something really weird about this story, and it's probably a future Dateline for Keith Morrison. I'll keep you apprised on this one. Up in Alaska, a state abundant with natural gas, regulators are warning that there will be shortages of natural gas come 2027 if nothing is done. Now, most of that natural gas comes from the Cook Inlet, but investment has slowed of late. They're actually thinking of importing natural gas. In Arizona, a Kwanzaa celebration was held in downtown Phoenix that drew all of 10 sponsors to the fake holiday event. Unlike most such get-togethers by large groups of black individuals, there were no shootings. In California, a new law went into effect on January 1st, preventing schools from notifying parents of a student's sexual orientation or transgender status. I mean, if the parent don't know about a transgender, at home. Governor Hairgel said, oh, no. They can tell. The teacher just can't be fired. That's really a stupid statement. Of course, the gay rights people are all for this, and that should tell you everything. In crazy old Colorado, they become the second state to allow the use of psychedelics in medical treatments. This generally benefits veterans, and veteran groups are pushing back against some towns like Colorado Springs that oppose psychedelic interventions. Now, this is veterans against conservatives, a really weird dynamic. In Delaware, call me Sarah McBride. Yes, ugly man who makes an ugly woman. In good news, Florida State Representative Hillary Castle announced that she is leaving the Democratic Party and joining the Republicans. Thus, another Democrat now sees the light. In Georgia, Fannie Willis. Yeah, talk about a career going down in flames. Yeah. Enjoy hell there, bitch. I think seriously. Ooh, in Idaho, a sheriff's deputy was injured when a cattle truck caught fire and overturned. An aggressive cow attacked the deputy, whereupon he shot and killed the cow. Brown Cows Matter is holding a mostly peaceful demonstration in Boise and Idaho Falls over the incident, since the cow was unarmed at the time. In Illinois, besides raising the minimum wage, a new law goes into effect that bans the sale and use of single-use shampoo bottles, and yes, this applies to most hotels in Illinois. So if you're going to Illinois, you're going to use somebody else's shampoo in a dispenser, or just bring your own. To answer the age-old question, yes, Indiana is boring. I mean, drive north to south through it, east to west, it's boring. Taylor McCaffrey of Iowa was surprised when she dug down to the bottom of her Christmas stocking to find a scratch-off lottery ticket. That ticket won her $150,000. So, Merry Christmas to her, and this is a feel-good story. Hopefully she puts it to good use. Kansas imposed a sales tax on groceries. Well, that weird practice ended on January 1st, much to the relief of Kansans. Said one, that only offsets Biden's inflation by 2%. Now, they can only put more Doritos in bags and make candy bars bigger again. That should have been Biden's slogan, making candy bars great again. Okay, so cops in Kentucky responded to a report over an allegedly stolen weed whacker. Unfortunately, the cops responded to the wrong address, although 911 tapes indicate they were given the correct address 5 times. Well, the cops now claim Mr. Harless, shown here, drew a gun. They make this claim 3 days after they shot and killed him. The warrant was for 489, not 511 Van Zant Road. I mean, I mean, they must really take weed whackers seriously in Kentucky. Among those who had their sentences commuted by Joe Biden is this Maryland resident, Josephine Gray, who was convicted of arranging the deaths of 2 men and possibly a third. Uh, Joey said it was a nonviolent crime. He released a possible serial killer. Oh, Jesus. Maura Healey, the governor of Massachusetts, insisted that her state is not a sanctuary state, only that a whole bunch of cities are sanctuary cities. The Boston local ICE official said, hold on there, Maura, yes you are. January 20th can't come soon enough. Got to see how this works out in Massachusetts, these deportations things. Minnesota, the land of lakes, and Tim Waltz. They will now require insurance companies to cover the cost of wigs for hair loss. So the wig industry is very happy, and hair replacement therapies, yeah, not so much. And now Ilhan Omar can finally take off the head wrap and sport a full head of fake hair. Bird flu was detected in a few chickens in a flock in Mississippi. Officials, quote unquote, humanely depopulated the flock. That means they killed them all. If it ain't squirrels in New York, it's chickens in Mississippi. Oh, a Postal Service supervisor in St. Louis, Missouri was arrested after she was caught stealing about $100,000 in checks. Could be worse because in North Carolina, another postal worker managed to steal $750,000 worth of government checks. Just has to make you wonder. In Nevada, a new law goes into effect prohibiting the sale of drones from adversarial nations, which seems kind of common sense. Also common sense, no more sales tax on these, diapers. New Jersey isn't giving up on an offshore wind farm, but the market is. Apparently, the company in charge cannot find a manufacturer for the blades, given recent price volatility. You know who's happy? These guys. A police officer in Binghamton, New York, was suspended after he shared surveillance video of a woman being burned by a flaming drink in a bar. The video posted to social media included inappropriate police banter and laughter over the incident. The 28-year-old son of North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer was sentenced to 28 years in jail for a fatal car crash after he fled from police in a car chase that killed a deputy sheriff. The bad news out of Rhode Island is that Senator Sheldon Whitehouse remains a dickhead. That's a pretty cool picture there, huh? It's not really Sheldon Whitehouse. Maybe it is him in there. Oh, wait, I think they're trying to make Trump. No, it's a blue tie. Trump wears red. Anyway, these adorable wallabies in South Carolina managed to make a jailbreak and escape from a petting zoo. Creed was easily captured after being shot with a tranquilizer, while Sylvester eluded authorities. However, after a night on the run, Sylvester was finally caught. Each had 5 years tacked on to their sentence for the escape. But, not to be outdone, police in Knoxville, Tennessee were called to a Wendy's over a report of a pig running loose in their parking lot. The pig was quickly captured, and its lawyer explained the pig was simply looking for a Chick-fil-A, not Wendy's. You know, eat more chicken thing? Anyway, whatever. Landowners in Texas are pushing back against Governor Abbott's efforts to build a border wall with Mexico. Apparently, although some pieces have been built, illegal immigrants can simply walk to the nearest gap and walk on private property of ranchers. I think it would be in their interest to comply here. Roxy, the remains of a 26,000-year-old red fox recovered from a cave in Utah, will be finding a new home at the Utah Natural History Museum. Roxy, the red fox, is not to be confused with the deceased comedian who is still dead, by the way. Officials in Montpelier, Vermont, found a unique use for treated wastewater, discharging it into a river to break up the ice, thus allowing water to flow through the river. That's Vermont, constantly putting shit to work. Well, the Richmond, Virginia Zoo welcomed a newborn baby pygmy hippo. Pygmy hippos are considered rare, and I think there's only about 2,500 of them left in the wild in West Africa. However, zoologists consider the word pygmy pejorative, so it is now known as a quote-unquote deficient in a certain respect hippo. Also, the hippo was assigned the sex of female at birth, but they can change that at any time. 2 Oregon men were found dead in Washington state after their hiking trip in search of Sasquatch went seriously awry. It seems they were ill-prepared for the adventure and for winter, and froze to death. Sasquatch could not be reached for comment. And finally, in Wyoming, a 640-acre parcel of land was purchased by the federal government for $100 million. The land is next to Grand Teton Park and was slated for commercial development if the feds didn't buy it. So I guess this is good news for nature lovers and Sasquatch. And that's it. Have a great day. Any more pleasant tomorrow. And again, I am under 12 minutes.